Are you committed? Well, if you consider yourself a committed person, consider the words of Coach Vince Lombardi when he said, the harder you work, the harder it is to quit. I'm sure you committed brothers can relate to that. And when we're talking about commitment, I have to tell you the story of Dr. Jonas Salk. Back in the early 1900s, polio was killing up to 27,000 people a year. And most of those victims were children. Well, Dr. Salk and his team were committed to coming up and discovering a vaccine for this condition. And he did. But the thing is, he was so committed in ensuring that it would work, he inoculated healthy individuals with the vaccine, including himself, including his wife. He was so committed, he inoculated his children. And do you know, because of his commitment and his team's commitment, that polio is a rare disease in this country now? It rarely kills anyone in this country because of the vaccine that Dr. Salk created. Well, we're talking about the 17 essential qualities of a team player. And that's a book based on John Maxwell's book of the same title. And today's lesson is on commitment. And one of the things that Dr. Maxwell says about commitment is this. Commitment is usually discovered during a crisis. Now, consider Dr. Salk. That was a crisis. Polio was a crisis. 27,000 individuals. That's a lot of people. So there was a crisis going on. And Maxwell says that commitment is usually discovered during a crisis. And two, commitment does not depend on your gifts, talents, and abilities. I mean, brothers, consider the people that you know who are definitely gifted, they're talented, they have incredible abilities, but they will not return your call. They will not show up for a meeting. They will not do what they say. So their commitment is not based on their level of gifts, talents, or abilities. He also says commitment comes as a result of choice. We know life and death are in the power of the tongue. So you can choose to be committed. That is not something that is inherent in you. It is hereditarily based. You can make a decision to be committed, like you brothers have already. And lastly, he says commitment lasts when it's based on values. What do you value? Well, whatever you value, therein lies your commitment to it. You are committed to those. So when you tie your values to your commitment, you are more likely to uphold your commitment. But what if you're not committed? What if you struggle in that area? Well, here are 3 things that you can do and you can work on to be a more committed person. 1, tie your commitment to your values like I just said. That will encourage you because your values aren't going anywhere. When you tie your commitment to your values, you will be a more committed person. Secondly, take a risk. Life is about risk. Take a risk and try something. Do something. Okay? And take a risk at being committed to something and see what results. And finally, brothers, evaluate your teammates. Evaluate your teammates because they should be just as committed as you are. You don't want to be committed to an uncommitted team. So there you have it, brothers. I pray right now that you will take your commitment serious. You take this opportunity serious to train other men in Christ likeness as the standard for manhood. And brothers, this is Brother Rod, ICB. And remember, at ICB, we train men. Grace and peace.